Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to review the new Toro Snowmaster 60 volt electric snow thrower. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this machine, so let's get started.
Down in the dirt. Real bad.
Well, we've been waiting for this snowblower for quite a while, at least 3 years, maybe even longer. The Snowmaster has always been a very popular snow thrower, mainly because it's fast, it's not that expensive, and it does a very good job. It does a better job than just about any other single stage out there on the market. So when Toro started making these 60 volt machines, I know one of the first requests that they got was to do this Snowmaster. Well, they finally have this one figured out. So we're going to go through this machine, talk about why it'll work for you, what's different between this and the gas model, and then I'll go through each detail and do a walk around review. The electric Snowmaster operates exactly like the gas-powered Snowmaster. Turn the engine on. You can use the drive unit without turning on the auger, and the auger runs independently. So when I get some snow, we'll see how well it blows snow. Well, a lot of you have been waiting for this machine for 3 years or longer now, and Toro's finally got it put together. I'll tell you the big secret right off the bat. This Snowmaster is exactly the same as the gas version. The only difference is they took the gas motor off and put the electric power unit on top. So all the features, the way it operates, the drive system, it's all exactly the same. So if you like the Snowmaster you got now, you'll like this one a lot. All right, the 60 volt electric Snowmaster, you can get this, you can buy this 3 ways. The first way is just the power unit, no batteries. That's $50 more than the gas unit. So basically the cost of the unit is the same as the gas ones. You can also get it with one 10 amp battery or another model that has a 10 amp battery and includes a 5 amp hour battery to give you a total of 15 amp hours. The unit does have room to put 3 batteries. I happen to have 3 10 amp hour batteries now, so I think, guess which ones I'm putting in there. Couple of things that I like about this is over a 2-stage or just a regular single stage machine, there are fewer moving parts with this. There's no separate fan unit and all that type of stuff back here. From a battery standpoint, I think it's going to be more efficient, so I'm expecting the batteries to last longer than with a 2-stage. In my opinion, this works for areas that get 2 to 4 to 6, 8 inches of snow at a time. Um, it works really good for your normal 2-car by 50 by 60 by 70 foot driveway. It'll handle the snowplow drift that you get, even the cul-de-sacs where you get a real big pile. It'll bust through that without any problems at all. It has about the same throwing range as a 2-stage machine. This is actually a single stage, and later on I'll show you why it's not a 2-stage. But it has about the same capacity as a 24-inch 2-stage machine, and I'm talking about typical 24-inch, like your Cub Cadet, your Troy-Bilt, your Husqvarna, your Aaron's Classic or your Aaron's Compact. It'll throw snow about 35 feet under normal conditions, but this snowblower has a big advantage over the 2-stage machines. What is it? Personal pace. With this snowblower, all you have to do is walk behind it, and it will go as fast as you walk and stay right ahead of you. It has plenty of traction. It's a decent heavy-duty machine. Weighs about 150 pounds without batteries. It has good traction tires on it. No, the tires aren't very tall, but for most people, you're going to be using this on a hard surface, so you don't need all that traction. And you'll probably find out that you're going to enjoy going out and do a couple inches at a time when it's snowing instead of waiting until the very end, just because it's so fast. Most single-stage machines can only handle hard surfaces. Driveways, sidewalks, blacktop, that type of stuff. Because it's either too hard to push them or the auger contacts the ground. This one is different. This is a single-stage machine, but the auger does not touch the ground, and you have self-propelled, so you can do your hard surfaces. But one of the nice newer features of this is the skid shoes are adjustable, so you can raise the machine up a little bit and do your gravel driveway and stuff like that. The original machines, like the Snowmaster that I have, did not have those adjustable skid shoes on them, so they were only good for hard surfaces. And I'll show you how much play you have with these skid shoes later on in the video. Snowmaster uses 2 belts, one to drive down to the transmission, and then output out of the transmission over to the front end. So I've never had an issue with belts on the gas-powered one, and I actually got that one when it first came out. So there's about seven years of runtime on the belts, and so far they're holding just fine. This snowblower uses a combination of steel and cold-resistant poly to do the work. This area down here is just a cover for the pulley and the power units. This here is where the snow comes and collects to get out of the chute. This can be replaced if it ever gets really worn. That's a nice feature about it, in my opinion, because that way, if you ever do get a lot of rocks and stuff through it, it just doesn't rust and get sticky. This poly will stay nice. This is Toro's good plastic, good poly, let me be specific. And I don't know anybody that's ever had a problem with these chutes cracking. Toro's been using this style poly for many, many years, so it's pliable and it lasts a long time. If you have one of those inexpensive 24-inch gas-powered two-stage machines, and you're thinking about looking at something else, this is a very, very good choice. First off, it's a lot easier to use than the two stages. There's just one lever to turn it on. Put your hands on the personal pace and take off. You don't have to worry about shifting. You don't have to worry about engaging the clutch, all that type of stuff. It's really simple to use. You'll find that your kids and your spouse have no problems using this, even if they're not mechanically inclined. My brother-in-law does not like to use equipment like this just because trying to remember all the controls is hard. But I know he'll really enjoy using this one because it's so simple to use. The paddle doesn't touch the ground like the E21 or your normal self-powering single-stage snow throwers. But with the scraper bar, it does just as good a job as a two-stage machine. And I'll show you more about how this scraper bar works on here. It's another unique feature of the Snowmaster. So let's talk about the power. Power and battery life has always been a controversial subject with the electric snowblowers. Toro, by putting the electric motor on this one, I think you're going to see much better battery life than what you do with the two-stage electric machines, anybody's, not just Toro's. Why? Because this machine is inherently faster. You can get more done in the same amount of time just because it's so easy to use. Number two, there's not as many moving parts in this, so it's a little more efficient. This power unit or motor, whatever you want to call it, on this Snowmaster is equivalent to an 8-horse gas engine. Toro still sells the 7-horse snowblower and the 8-horse snowblower in the gas version. This one is here to replace the 8-horse. You're going to enjoy how much power this does have. One more thing before we get into the details. The only difference between this Snowmaster and the gas-powered Snowmaster is the engine. The transmission, the operation, all the cables, all the other parts are exactly the same. If you like your Snowmaster, this one's not any different. It's just quieter. You don't have that engine noise to deal with. Same power, same capacity. If you're thinking about switching and you got a Snowmaster now, this is a very easy choice to make. So let's talk about the controls up front here. If you have a Toro personal pace mower now, this thing it operates the same way. All you have to do is start your engine, start your blades, and off you go. Just walk behind it and it stays right with you. Adjusting the chute is real easy. Just forward and backwards. This quick stick is one of the best on the market. It's simple. It doesn't fail. This is the newer model, so it does have the metal reinforcements inside of it, so it's going to last you forever. It's really fast to go from one side to the other, up and down. You can put your snow exactly where you want. So all you have to do is pull your safety bail, start walking with it, and it stays right in front of you. If you want to back up on it, it has this bar here that you can grab a hold of and pull it backwards. One thing I like about this Toro machine is all metal bracing, good solid handles for the size of the machine. If you get one in the box, it's very easy to put together. These two nuts right here All you have to do is lift up on this handle, put these two, tighten these two down, and then put 3 bolts here and 1 to hold the chute on. That's all there is to it. This one took me maybe 20 minutes to complete, so it's real easy to work on. So again, let me show you how easy it is to use the chute. Just grab a hold of the handle, and when you want to move up and down, you just push down on this palm lever, and you can move it up and down, side to side, and it locks exactly where you want. Yeah, some of you know that my dog Willow passed away here a while back. Well, I've replaced her with 2 cats. They're not quite as they're not quite as energetic this time of day. They just like to lay around and listen to me talk. There's a couple features on a Snowmaster that make this a really good snow thrower and one that's going to last a long time. First, all of these are welded in place. There's no bolts, there's no shear pins. If you get something stuck in here, and I've had a newspaper stuck in the gas-powered ones, the belt just slips. Sometimes you get lucky and it'll actually kill the motor, but you'll realize that nothing's coming out of the chute right away and take your hand off of the controls. If you get little rocks and stuff like that in it, instead of tearing up this area here, there's rubber paddles here, and they're like car sidewall belted, so they're going to last. That'll keep this from getting all tore up and scratched and bent. Gives a little protection. I like that a lot. The bottom scraper is plastic, and it is designed to run right on the cement. It'll wear over time, but it's only, last time I checked, it's about $26 to replace this whole thing. But it is designed to run on the ground. If you have an area that's got, if you have a lot of gravel or stuff like that, and you don't want that to go through the machine so much, or you just don't have any hard surfaces, then you can adjust your skid shoes so you get your gap like you do with a regular 2-stage. But it's a choice for you. You get to do it either way. So this is spinning, and it takes and throws the snow in one single motion up out the chute and wherever you want it to go. There's a nice big opening here. This is plenty high, so you don't have to take 2 or 3 bites going through your snowplow drift. If the city snowplow left you, you can pretty much walk right through it. Another nice little feature about this that's similar to what Toro uses with their anti-clog feature on the 2 stages is there is a place here that if you get too much snow trying to go through the machine, it recycles it. That's what this bar is for right here. So if you get too much snow, instead of plugging up your chute, and it's a huge, huge chute as you can see, if you get too much snow going through, it actually gets thrown here, and this is curved, and it shoots it right down in front of you again. So you don't get stuff splattering all over like you do with some of the other snowblower designs. Is this a perfect snowblower? Well, that's up to you to decide. For most people who have a 2-car driveway, 40, 50 foot long, a couple little sidewalks to do, this is pretty much a perfect machine. If you live in an area where you typically get 2, 4, 6, 8 inches of snow. If you live in an area that gets a lot more snow than that, or if you get really deep drifts, 4 or 5 foot deep drifts, of hard packed snow, then you probably want to move up to a 2-stage heavy duty machine. When it comes to capacity, let's tip this back up. When it comes to capacity, I've used the gas-powered Snowmaster enough to confidently say that this machine will keep up with or walk right ahead of most of the other 24-inch 2-stage snow throwers on the market. I said most. There's a couple that are better, a couple 2-stages. But pretty much anything that you buy at the big box store, this machine is going to last you longer. It's going to throw snow better. It's a lot easier to use. It's one of those little right in the middle machines that the design of it makes it a really good choice for a lot of people. If you've never run the personal pace before, it may take you a minute to get used to it. I know when I first got this one, I had not done much with the Toro walk-behind mowers. So the first season, I didn't like it at all because it wanted to, I would push on this instead of just walking behind it. Now that I've had some hours on the Snowmaster snowblower and using a Toro walk-behind, it's wonderful to use. Because all you have to do, if you want to go ahead, all you have to do is just start walking and it automatically stays in front of you. There's nothing you have to pull or hand, you understand what I'm trying to say. It's just simple. Well, I got one 10 ampere battery in here, and this thing is really easy to pick up and tip over. So much easier than a 2-stage gas machine. Let's get it here so I don't screw it up. Yeah, that's the 26-inch. That's the 26-inch electric sitting back there. You can go back on my channel and take a look at some of those. I also have the 21-inch single-stage electric sitting here. And I want to do some more throwing snow with that this year if we get some. Last year we didn't hardly get enough snow to show you how well that does work. I have the original one too, the single stage that's not self-propelled. If you want to see all 4 of them side by side and get an idea of which one is best for you, let me know in the comments and I'll be glad to put a video together. Okay, so let's get down here. One thing that's pretty unique about the Snowmaster is it's an automatic steering system. In other words, right now both wheels power. As the engine is running, both have traction. When you want to turn, all you do is turn and one of the wheels stops. It's just like the automatic steering on the bigger 2-stage machines and on the Aaron's, the auto turn on the Aaron's. Same manufacturer makes the components inside here. This is completely and hermetically sealed, so no rust, don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It has bushings here, but those bushings aren't going to rust up on you. The power comes off of the power unit, goes down into here. This pulley system runs the transmission and it runs a jack shaft which goes to another V-belt that runs the front end. So it's really simple. It's all enclosed. Don't have to worry about snow, ice, rust, anything like that. The frame of the machine is the housing and the transmission case are all one big piece, so it's stiff. You won't be able to break this by throwing it you won't be able to break this by throwing it into the back of the pickup. There is a brace here to hold this all together nice. And can we see this down here? This is the scraper bar, and if you see, it's reinforced, and there's a wear spot on this. So you'll find that you'll be able to use this a few years, and this will kind of wear off if you run it on the ground all the time. But it's just 1, 2, 6 bolts to replace it. It's pretty simple. And again, it's not very expensive. In fact, the skid shoes cost more than the scraper bar to replace it. This snowblower does not come with a light on it like the 26 and the 21 inch, but it looks like Toro's going to have it optional, and you'll be able to buy the light, clamp it on up here someplace, and then it just plugs in down here on the bottom. Belt tension on this is just like their other machines. When it's not running, there's a little play here in the cable, and then when you go to use it, this spring expands, if you pull the safety bail, to give you the friction that you need to run the belt. So, and you can adjust that here instead of having to use nuts and screws to make it longer or shorter. So it's actually a sheath cable, and it is coated, except here for on the very end. And I know why it's not coated on the end here, because this clamp, this gives you a good solid clamp, and it won't slide back and forth. The other end here that goes down to the pulleys, engagement pulleys, this is sealed. It's got a rubber boot on it. Nice big heavy duty clevis in it. One thing I like about this machine, and if it matters to you, is it's light enough that I can pull it up steps and put it on the porch here. If you don't have a garage, don't have any room in your garage, but you got a porch or a deck, you can easily pull it up those steps and get it out of the way, or even get it inside to warm it up if you want to do that. I like to make sure all the snow is out of the snow throwers when I'm done, and it helps to just put it in a warm spot. The machine itself doesn't need it, but I just like to get the ice out of it. Understand what I'm talking about? All right, well, if you want to make a video comparing all 4 of the Toro, actually all 5 of the Toro electric snow blowers. They've got the electric shovel, they got the 21-inch single battery, they have the 21-inch single battery, single stage, they've got the self-propel single stage that uses 2 batteries. This one, which is 24 inches single stage, 3 batteries. They have a 24-inch that does not have automatic steering or anything else on it, but it has 3 batteries. And then the 26-inch over here, that is a 3 battery with the auto steer and the heated handles and all that type of stuff. So I'll be glad to go through them. Just let me know. Well, what else do you want to know about this machine? Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Ask a question. I read them all and answer a lot of them. If you like videos like this, please like it. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And I will talk to you later. Bye.